Out here, homesteading the desert. Boy, it was a long night last night, as you saw from my February 6th videos, part 1 and 2. Today is February 7th, and I've been up early and getting things done. I actually had to run over to Harry's little hardware store today and pick up some WD-40. But sadly, I found out when I got there that he didn't open until 10. So I was there at 9, so I went into the little supermarket over there, and they had WD-40. Probably paid a little more for it, but that's okay, I have it. Anyway, what we're looking at here is where I started digging my pond last year, and as you can see, while I was bored waiting for the late delivery last night, I got over here with my bucket and I took some more dirt out. So now what we're looking at is probably 16 by 18, going on 4 foot deep. And yeah, there's still moisture in the soil down there, but the ground is getting harder and harder, and I'm starting to see a lot of white limestone. So it might be interesting to see what's down there deeper. And as we go down into the hole here, you see the white rocks there, and that's what I'm scraping up here. But there is moisture in the soil, and I'm only down 4 feet, and every time I go down a little deeper I see more moisture. Anyway, as I was saying yesterday, the delivery driver, I guess he couldn't follow directions really well. He went out to Palmdale for some reason, I don't know why. And anyway, he finally did get here. It was after dark. He had no trouble getting into the place with the way I graded the roads. Everything worked just fine for that. But I'm going to take you over here and I'm going to show you, because you couldn't see very well in the dark last night. You see I got the doors open here because I've been working here this morning. I pulled out this bush. I still got to clean up the roots that are sticking out. I have a little hacker over there that I cut those out with, but I got to run the grader through here a few times, so I'm not going to cut them twice. I'll wait until I grade it. Some of them get torn off by the grader. What you're looking at here is my plan to get my 300-pound table saw off of the trailer and into this container. Now, this container is not going to be for tool storage, and this one I think I'm going to use for everything else. And that one over there, because it's closer to the cabin, and that's where I'll be bringing in my electricity from, is over at the cabin, coming off the solar and the electrical panel. And then I'll pipe that all up for power to run my power tools. And this table saw is a 13 amp, so that's going to take a little bit of power to run, but I'm going to get this off. And as you can see, what I did was I set up a block and tackle rig up here. It's a 2-to-1 with another one down here on the bottom. That one doesn't actually count in the 2-to-1 ease, but it's going to allow this thing to find its own center as I'm working with it. And right now I've got the pressure off of it. As you can see, I can move this very easily with just 2 fingers here. So the weight is off of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it back a little bit till the back legs drop off the trailer, so I make sure nothing's going to hook on it. And then I'm just going to drive the trailer out from under it. And then I'll lower it down. I've got a slip knot hooked up right there, and I've got it going down around the bottom eyelet there and through the side tie. So I can release it pressure very slowly. Just lower this down, and once it's down on the wheels, I can wheel it in there. And when it comes time to take it out, I've got another idea I'm going to come up with. And what I'm going to do is, for my ATV bucket, I'm going to make a set of forks that go on the front of that, mount right on the bucket, and I'll have sort of a forklift, so I can use that to move heavy items around. Not a bad idea, huh? All right, so let's go back to the container here now. And I wanted to show you, I drove in these stakes and ran these strings so that I could get the guy to get it as close as possible to this. And I put these sticks down there, because these are 2.5 inches off of where the 10 foot. The 10 foot is actually on that side of that 1x2, 1x3. So I put that there so he'd have a little playroom, and I thought he was going to drop this thing right on top of him, and I'd have to run over and pull him out from underneath there before he set it down. But as you can see, he got it right on the money with my help. I told him, yeah, bring it back a little bit, bring it forward a little bit. And then here's the back end, and it looks like it's about 1/2 inch off from the back string, but over there it's touching the string. So it's probably just like when I banged the stake in, I probably just wobbled it a little bit, or that one is the one that's moved. Oh yeah, there it is. Look at that. It's leaning forward. So this thing is actually supposed to be back like that. And that gives me the same 3/4 inch spacing on the other one. But when I look down the side of this to the blue container, it's perfectly in line with the blue container. And that's what I wanted, because I wanted to get my 10-foot spacing in between these two containers here. This side is going to get walled off with a window or two so that I can open it up and let the air in, because like I've always said, the wind comes from that direction predominantly. So this will block this off, and I can have an indoor shaded work area here, because this will have a roof. That orange one is 6 inches higher than that one. So when I put a sloped roof in between there, oh yeah, let's go check this. I'm gonna check to see how good my grading was. I graded this completely with the ATV bucket, and let's see. Here's a 6-foot level. Let's go inside this container and see how good I did. I'm curious myself. All right. So I'm gonna lay it down lengthways. Oh my God, look at that. The bubble right on the money. Perfect. Yep. Let's see. Yep, right on the money. Okay. Somebody did something right. Let's put it this way. Okay, I'm showing, let me get down here on my knees. I'm showing the bubble to be just slightly off center. So let's raise this side. And I am up 1/2 inch. So that's what I wanted, was a 1/2 inch fall on this thing. I'm up 1/2 inch, and I got the perfect fall on this. Oh my God, I'm a professional grader with an ATV bucket. Anybody wants to learn how to do that? It took me a while, but if you're going to get yourself an ATV bucket and use it on your homestead, hey, drop a comment below my video, let me know, and I will do a full demonstration of how to grade. And like this here, I had a big hump here where that bush was, and all of this was leveled down low for the truck to come in, and I graded all this morning with my ATV bucket. You see my tracks here, okay? So I got this thing beautifully leveled, and I did exactly what I want to do. I got my fall across this thing, so it comes from that side of the thing, 1/2 inch drop on this side, 6 inch drops to this one, and then this one does a 1/2 inch drop to the other side also. So all my rainwater that goes on I'll figure up the total square footage of that roof area. That's all going to come to a gutter that runs right along this edge, and then I'll have all my rainwater storage barrels all stacked up in the corner here, just ready to catch water when the rains come. And from what I got off just that little porch roof on the last rainstorm, I can't wait to see what I pull out of this one when I get a rain. Of course, we haven't had any really substantial rains. We had one rain of decent proportion this whole year, so we'll see what happens. All right, everybody, just wanted to show you that. And then the other thing that I didn't get to do yesterday, was because of the darkness. I did mention that I did some work on the motorhome over here. And last year, Andy will remember that when he was out. We were sitting in the motorhome and swatting moths, the gypsy moths. They were getting in here somehow. Well, I figured out that what caused my refrigerator in here to shut down. They got inside of the burn chamber of the refrigerator and plugged it up with dead moths because of the heat. That's what they're after. They're after the heat. There's a little pilot light that runs in there. And they got into that thing and plugged it all up. So I cleaned it out. I relit it off, and I finally got it to stay lit just like it's supposed to. The refrigerator is back in service and running. I also added an extra screen on here because I noticed that every now and then one would come out of the heater inside the motorhome. Well, they're coming in through the exhaust of the heater when it's not running. It's just a pilot light. So they're going in there for the heat. Well, they can't get through those little holes. Then they were coming in, getting into the cabinets. When I open a cabinet, one would come out. Well, they were getting in through here. So I've got a screen behind that and just close the door on it to lock it in place. I also noticed that they would be able to fit in here. So I put another screen inside of there that's finer so that they can't get into my hot water heater area, which also comes out underneath the sink. And so pretty much plugged off in there so they can't really get under there, but I don't want them blocking off the burn chamber on my water heater and causing a problem there. The only other thing I got to do is up there, that hood is actually the exhaust hood for this. And I see up there they don't have a real fine screen on it. They just have like a plastic grate which got 3/4 inch holes in it. So I'm going to put a screen wrapped around that thing, and I'll silicone it down to the roof so that they can't get in through there. After that, I should be completely 100% moth proof. And the moths are coming out. I saw a bunch of them on my front porch last night, and I had a couple still frozen dead against the wall because it got down to 40 last night. And I guess they just don't like that cold temperature yet. But they're coming around. We've got another pest that I have to take care of. But I haven't seen any desert ground squirrels. And normally the moths will get in here and they'll hide up against the roof up there or up on the top shelf. And I found a couple of dead ones on the floor. I swept them up already. So we're all set. G-Bear signing off from today's episode of Homesteading the Desert. I may do another video tonight because I'm going to keep on working all day today. I'm not due back on my job site until tomorrow, so that's when I'll be headed over there. G-Bear signing off.